JavaScript files might look harmless, but inside you will find hidden endpoints, hard-coded secrets, broken logic, and sometimes the exact bug that gets you paid. In this two-part video series, I'm walking you through everything you need to know to dominate JavaScript analysis and bug bounty hunting. From pulling JavaScript files with Burp, Wayback, and CDX to scrapping, decoding, breaking OPFAS action, and even live debugging and logic tampering. This is your full masterclass. No browser extensions, no shortcuts, just the raw hacker workflow. So, this is AmrSec, go get your coffee ready, and let's dive in. Before we dive in, we need to know first why JavaScript files matter. JavaScript runs on the client side. If you are seeing it, you can read it. And what devs expose in the JavaScript, it's wild. Here is what you might find. Hidden endpoints that never show in the front end. API keys and tokens, sometimes public and sometimes not. And here you always have to check for the impact. Business logic like pricing, auth flow, and access rules. And last but not the least, we have dumb snake like inner HTML, document.write, evil, which is dumb XSS potential. If it's exposed in the browser, it's in the JavaScript. If it's in the JavaScript, it's yours to break. Now that we know why JavaScript files matter, let's talk about how to get them, like all of them. Most people just Control-U, find a few scripts in the source code and call it a day. That's weak. Here is how I actually find JavaScript files the right way with precision. Let's get technical. Alright, so we're going to use more than one method to get the JavaScript files, but we're going to start first with the basic method to get the JavaScript files, and we're going to use Burp Suite. So first right here, I have my browser that's a proxy to Burp. Any request I'll be making here is going directly to Burp Suite right here. Let me fire it up. And we're going to choose a target that I have permission to test on. I think something like Tesla. Okay, so what are we going to do is we're going to make sure that our connection goes to Burp first. And right here, let me just write tesla.com. And let me go to my Burp and go to the target. And yeah, we have Tesla right here. Let me add it to the scope, like tesla.com, and include all the subdomains. And yep, and here I will just show in the scope items. And we have Tesla and all the other Tesla subdomains. Okay, so what are we going to do is simply we're going back to the website and start browsing it, like clicking everything we can see so we can collect as much traffic as we want. Right here, I will open all of these pages, and what are we doing right now is we are opening this website, like browsing it. So every file or every JavaScript files will be requested using the website. We're going to get it in our Burp Suite. Okay, so right here, let me open this too and open the account. And I think that's pretty much it. Right here, about careers and investors and all these pages. Okay, and as you can see, all of them are loaded with us. And if we get back right here to the sitemap, and let me choose, for example, tesla.com. So right here, we don't have anything, and that's normal. Maybe it's in www.tesla.com. And as you can see, we have JavaScript files right here. And what we did is we got all the JavaScript files that had been requested by tesla.com, and we got them all right here. So right now, this method only gives you the JavaScript files that have been requested. And I will show you in a couple of minutes how to get the other JavaScript files. So right here, what you have to do is filter them, make sure MIME type is checked, and just filter them by the scripts, and simply open your notepad, start getting a new file and copy each URL. And that's a little bit hard and it's going to take time, and paste it for each JavaScript file as you can see right here, like I think we have like 20 script. Yeah, something like this. You're going to copy them one by one and add them to your gs.txt file. And that's exactly how you collect JavaScript files that only being requested using the website that you are testing on. Right now, if there is a JavaScript file that is not requested yet on the website, I will not get it right here, okay? So you will have to know that. So right now, this is our first method. Well, let's get into the second method, and we have WaybackURLs. And this method grabs all the historical JavaScript files, even if they no longer show in the website, okay? So to do this, what you have to do simply is to start your terminal, whether you are using Kali Linux or whatever, it's all fine. And you have to make sure that WaybackURL installed in your machine. If it's not, you can simply go to your browser, type WaybackURLs, GitHub, and with the first result right here, you can see the repository. What I have to do is just install it using Go, like this, and it will be installed with you without any problem. And if you don't have Go, you have simply to type sudo apt install go link, and let me write my password, and yeah, it will be installed with you like this. If you install it exactly like this and it's not working, you have to make sure to move it from the Go bin directory, like WaybackURLs like this, and send it to the user bin like this, okay? So once you installed it, what I have to do is to clear your screen, go to your working directory like this, and clear your screen one more time. First, we have two options. We have the wildcard domain, which includes all the subdomains, and we have only one target, okay? So if we are going to target only one domain or one subdomain, what are we going to do? Simply write echo and add your target right here. Right now I will write tesla.com, and right now I'm only targeting tesla.com website, okay? So if there is any JavaScript file that in subdomain of Tesla, I will not get it. But if you have a wildcard target, what you have to do is simply type subfinder-d to get all the subdomains from tesla.com, for example, and we're going to output that, let's say, in subdomains or subs.txt, and just wait for it. It's going to give you all the subdomains, and then we can move to the next step. Okay, so we have 400 subdomains right here. If you want to get the JavaScript files from all of them, you're going to cat subs.txt and continue. But right now I'm going to get only the JavaScript files from tesla.com. So I will echo tesla.com and write WaybackURLs. And right now, if I just hit enter, it's going to give me all the URLs from tesla.com. But we don't want that. What we want is to grep for the JavaScript files like this, and we're going to sort them -u, and we're going to add all of that to, let's call it wayback_javascript.txt. So right now what's happening is WaybackURLs is dumping all the URLs of tesla.com. And after that, we're going to grep, or we're going to get only the .javascript file. So right here, we have a little problem. I think this had to be single quotations like this, and we're going to continue. So right now, it's grepping only, or it's only getting the URLs that ends with JavaScript, okay? And after that, we're going to sort them and add them to wayback_gs.txt file. Okay, so what you have to do is simply just wait for it to finish, and then you can see all the JavaScript files for tesla.com in wayback_gs.txt file. Okay, so I will choose like another website to get the URLs faster, because I think Tesla is a little huge. So I will choose my website, and yeah, let me get the Wayback JavaScript files. As you can see, we have all the JavaScript files right here. So this is the second method, and this method saves time and it's pretty simple and pretty fast. Okay, so we have the third method, which is CDX API, archive.org. And this method is for surgical extraction from the web archive. So right here, I have a command that I'm using to get the URLs. Right here, we are using curl-g to request this website, which is the web archive CDX API. And we're going to give it a data like URL parameters. We have the URL, which is the website that we are targeting. And here we have two options. One more time, we can just use tesla.com. And this will be tesla.com with all the subdomains. But if you just remove this and this one too, now we are targeting only tesla.com. And after that, we need the output to be in text and original. Okay, and we're going to grep right here for the JavaScript files and add it to javascript-cdx.txt. And again, right here, I will be back and I will replace Tesla with my website like wildcard, and I have permission to do that. You don't, so don't do it. Okay, so right now I'm targeting my website, wildcard domain, and I will just hit enter. And as you can see, it got all the URLs from the website. And let me just cat the JavaScript. Okay, it's a JSCDX. Okay, and yeah, as you can see right here, it gave me all the JavaScript URLs one more time. And let me open this one right here. Okay, so yeah, it's all JavaScript files. So right now, using this method, it's not always giving you the live links, okay, because it's giving all the links that was on this website. For example, right here is my blog, and here is WB-content link. Okay, I don't have a WordPress on my website. I used to, but right now I don't. Okay, so right now this link is broken, and I think most of these too. Okay, so after getting the URLs using this method, what you have to do is you have to use HTTPX to filter for the live URLs only. You're going to do that by catting the JavaScript-CDX, and here we're going to run HTTPX-MC, which stands for match code, and we want only the 200 OK response, and we're going to output that in gs-live, and we can add CDX2 to know what are we talking about, and just wait for it. And as you can see, all of these URLs are live and the others are not. So if we just WC our first file like CDX directly, we can see 58 links. If we do the same with the live ones, as you can see, we have just 22 working JavaScript links. So that's pretty much it for the CDX API. Listen, do not just collect files, tear them open. You want to know how the app breathes, what routes it's hiding, and what keys it's accidentally exposing, and what logic it's putting right in front of your face. Okay, so right now you have got all the JavaScript files. It's time to tear them apart. We're not executing anything yet, but this is only a static analysis. So before running any tools, start with the basic search. You will be surprised how often devs leak stuffs like API keys, tokens, secrets, and so much more. Okay, so I just extracted the JavaScript files from tesla.com, and right here, let me clear my screen and let me WC like JavaScript-CDX. And okay, we have 15 million link. Okay, not surprised. I think I did not filter it. So let me cat the JavaScript CDX and grep for anything that ends with JavaScript right here. And we're going to add this to GS filtered, for example, .txt. And we're going to cat GS filtered, and we have a little mistake right here. This have to be like this, and we're going to cat it. Okay, here we have all the JavaScript files. So we're going to clear the screen, and right now I have here a basic command which is cat javascript.txt while read URL do echo and scanning URL curl URL. Okay, so this simply cat's javascript.txt. It means it prints the file which is not javascript.txt. It have to be javascript-filtered. And while read URL, which is it's a loop, it have every time to tell you scanning URL and write the URL it's scanning for, and is going to request the URL to get its content. And once the content is there, is going to check if there is anything like API key, token, auth, or secret, or password, or JWT. If there is anything from this, is going to tell you found API key, for example, in the URL, and it's going to print the URL for you. And that's pretty much it. So just hit enter. As you can see, it started scanning, and most of them, of course, it's the same URL. I did not make them unique. Okay, so this is only to tell you how this works. And if it's found anything, it's going to tell you right here what it exactly found. So this is pretty simple static analysis. Okay, so I'm going to stop this and clear my screen. And here we're going to dig a little deeper. We're going to use tool like LinkFinder, which is on GitHub. Right here, let me type LinkFinder, GitHub. And as you can see, it's the first result with us. What I have to do is to install it. And if you don't have it, simply you have to clone it and install it using Python. So I will show you exactly how. To go to your tools directory. Okay, get clone, and I have to remove it. Sudo rn-r, and we have LinkFinder, and here is my magic word, and clear the screen. And we're going to clone it one more time right here. After that, you have to go to the directory LinkFinder, and you have to use Python 3 to set it up. But if you don't have it, what I have to do is write sudo apt install Python 3, and you have to install pip3 too. So you will have to write Python 3-pip, and that's pretty much it. Now you have to write Python 3 setup goodbye install. It needs first to install the requirements. We have pip3 install -r requirements, and we have to add --break -system -packages like this. Now I think if you just run it, it's going to work like LinkFinder. Okay, right now it's working. LinkFinder scans JavaScript files for endpoints like /API/admin or /API/version1/users and such a things, or routes that never appears in the UI. So right now, after you install it, you have two options. First option is to scan a single JavaScript file, or to scan an entire domain or entire website. So to do that, you have to write Python 3 LinkFinder. And right now, if you want to scan only one file, what I have to do is to use a tag I and give it the URL or the JavaScript file link. Let me go to my burp. We have a link right here. Copy URL, just paste it right here, and you have to tell it that the output have to be CLI output, and just give it its time. It will go through all of them, and it will give you what it found right here. But we don't want that, because this will spend too much time. What we want is to scan a whole website, and to do this, what you have to do is to give it the website URL and just add tag D and hit enter. Once it's finished, it's going to give you endpoints like API/v1/admin or such a thing. Once you get those endpoints, put them into your Recon list. These are entry points that developers did not expect you to find it. So next we have jsleak or JavaScript leak. This one like LinkFinder's cousin, but focused more on the keys, tokens, AWS credentials, and leaked variables. And what you have to do to start use it is to install it, of course. So go to Google, search for JavaScript leaks, GitHub, and I think it's the first result with us. And right here to install it, you have to use go to install it. It's telling you go get GitHub. But if you go right here and paste this and enter, it will not work. What you have to do is to change this to make this latest. And back right here, change get to installed like this. And yeah, as you can see, it started installing and it's installed. So let me just write jsleak. And we're going to clear our screen. And what we have to do is to go to our working directory and we're going to cat the gs-filtered file, or our file that have all the JavaScript links. And we're going to right here gsleak-s-l and -k2. Okay. And this will dump links plus keys or other sensitive indicators into one terminal output. So go through it carefully. Okay, so I will stop this right here and clear my screen. Okay, after that we have the local storage audit, and you have to check for leaked tokens or rule data within the local storage. So you have to look for something like token, access token, auth, JWT rule, or user info. So to do that, simply come right here, open the dev tools right here. And by the way, dev tools is the most underrated hacker tool ever. Okay, so go to application and go to the local storage. Let's say for Tesla, for example. And as you can see right here, here is all the keys that are stored in the local storage. You can see public US inventory and all of this. What I have to look for here is something like what I told you, for example, rule. If you manipulate it, you get more access or something like this. You have to check here, and you can check the session storage too. It will include such a things. And if you find something, you can chain it with an XSS or Baybas, for example. So right now, the next thing that you have to look for is the JWT science, okay, JSON Web Token. And you have to look for something like hardcode secrets or decode flows, okay? So you are basically going to search for something like jwt.sign. And right here, let me just go to page and go to tesla.com file system. Or, okay, we have JavaScript right here. Okay, so, this is simply minified JavaScript to let you know. It's all of them. Just one line of code, but if you just click on this little button right here, it's going to make it prettier for you. Okay, so this is what you need. And right here, just search for something like JWT sign, nothing, and here too there is nothing, and okay, there is nothing. Okay, there is no problem with it. I'm just telling you how you can find it. And by the way, most of the websites or the platform are using another subdomain or another website for the authentication. For example, let's say OpenAI. OpenAI uses auth.openai to let you authenticate to their app. For example, ChatGPT, Forum, or the other things. And I think here is exactly the same. Okay, so if you see a hard-coded secret, you might be able to fork your own token, and this means privilege escalation, auth bypass, or account takeover. And I want to tell you something really important, that the developer's mistake often comes in the naming buttons. Like, for example, you have to search for files like config.js, we have admin.js, we have env.js, init.js, and all these files. Okay, this is really important, and when you see such a file, you will be surprised with the data within it. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the static analysis. And right now we can get JavaScript exposures with the tools such as Nuclei, right? We have Nuclei right here, and let me just hit enter. As you can see, it's installed with me. If it's not with you, just search for it on Google. You will find the installation process. You just follow it and it will be installed. So here we can use Nuclei, and we're going to add -l for list, and then we're going to give it the gs-filtered, our file that have the JavaScript links, and we're going to add -t to add the template that we're going to use. and just give it the nuclei templates directory. We have here nuclei templates / exposures, and after that we're going to output this into let's say exposures.txt, and just give it its time. It will work without any problem. And right here I will clear my screen to continue. Most of the times when the website have a firewall, it's going to block you, and when you get blocked, this method will not work. Like nuclei will not be able to get the file by itself. And here is we have another way to do the same, which is by downloading all the JavaScript files. It will take time, but it will be way more better for you. So right here we have this command. It's a simple bash script loop, and right now what it's doing is, right here we have the file. We're going to let it filtered.txt, and we have a loop, and this loop what's gonna do, it's going to read each line, like each URL one by one, and it's going to use wget to download it, and that's pretty much it. It's going to download all the files. Okay, once you hit enter, as you can see, it started to get each file one by one. And right here, this file is not responding, maybe because it's already not working. Let me check it. Okay, already the file is not found, that's why it's stopping right here. But of course, if you just filter them for the live URLs, it's going to work with you without any problem. Okay, let's say that you have downloaded all the files in this directory. So then what you can do? You can do something like cat all like star.js, and then you go into Grep for something like AWS access keys or AWS secret key or API key, BaseWD, BWD, Heroku, Slack, Firebase. You can add whatever you want to check for, and like it's going to print all the files, and if there is something that have anything of this, it will give it to you. So that's pretty much it. By now you should have a loaded JS Recon list. Like we have Burp Suite that gives you live JavaScript triggered manually, and we have Wayback, Katana, get all URL. And by the way, the method I got the URLs from using WaybackURL, you can do the same with Katana or get all URLs. It will not stop you. It's the same usage. Okay, so you have Wayback, Katana, GAU for archived scripts, and you have CDX API for deep JavaScript history. You have LinkFinder for the endpoints, and you have JavaScript leak for the tokens, credentials, and secrets. You have Grep for manual discovery, and you have nuclei for the automated discovery. Put this all together, and you are not just collecting noise, you are hunting a real signal. And that's a wrap for part 1 of the JavaScript Analysis Masterclass. We went from understanding why JavaScript files matter all the way to pulling them, parsing them, and scanning them for vulnerabilities. In part 2, we're going deeper. We're talking dev tools, breakpoint, obfuscated JavaScript, runtime debugging, and live exploit chaining. And yeah, I will also show you how to abuse some of the weirdest JavaScript logic using send message tricks and DOM injection. So if you found this video helpful, do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more cybersecurity content. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below, or you can reach me directly using Twitter. Until next time, stay curious and stay secure.